but we'll wait a few minutes and see. Otherwise, we'll just dive into this because I think doing lives are going to be easier than pre-recording things and uploading them, but we'll try a couple different things. And mostly tonight I needed to check that the audio is good, that you guys can hear that, and that the lighting's okay. Not professional YouTubers. So this is just going to be for us. And yeah, so hopefully this will work. Like I said, I'll just wait a few more minutes here and then we'll get into a little bit of a program. So what we'll do is we'll draw some cards. We're going to do a little meditation and just kind of discuss what's going on right now. So there's quite a bit going on the next couple of days. It's like a lot is happening. So it's going to be a great time. The nice part is, for once, starting to get back into more positive energy on the regular instead of kind of the muck and the mire that we've been slogging through the last 2 years, actually. So we're starting to get there. The light is starting to show itself at the end of that tunnel. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start because I know that this is going to be left up on YouTube, and so that I can see if everything's working. And if I really botch this up, then we're gonna delete it off. But hopefully we can do a good job on this tonight. So yeah, without any further ado, then. So I called this video the Triple Gateway. I heard someone else refer to that. Just because there's 3 things going on today, and then we also want to talk about tomorrow. So we'll do that first, which sounds a little weird, but the first thing that we're going to do is when we're talking about tomorrow is it's a portal day. So meaning when we can access the energy at its highest to us. So tomorrow being the second day of 2022. So a bunch of 2s, very important in terms of energy and being accessible to everyone. Obviously, you have to do your own work. You have to sit down and meditate during that time, and put in some good practices of just being more positive energy space if you can make that happen. Within the next couple of days too, there's all the planets are finally going to be out of retrograde. I think that happens on the 5th. And basically that means everything's moving forward. So, and it literally might be like everything's moving forward. So the pace of change might quicken. And so just be prepared, keep yourself in good alignment, trying to stay positive, trying to, not get caught up in, it's a crazy world out there. We're not going to lie about that. But just trying not to get too stuck in it too often. And then the other thing too is that Venus is one of those planets coming out of retrograde, and this starts that lineup of Venus and Mars. So a better balancing of that masculine and feminine energies. So that's, again, also something good that we could use. And yeah, so now tonight, this Triple Gateway. So it's a new moon tonight. It's in Aquarius. It's also Imbolc. And it is the Lunar New Year. So, and we're starting the year of the Water Tiger, which is good because we've, I think, just come out of metal years, and those are usually tough. It's an intense time, but it's all positive change from this point forward. So that's good. Change is still hard, and that's, we're just going to have to flow with that. But yeah, we'll do our best. Okay, So the new moon always brings in something new. So this is a time when we uh, set our intentions for what we want to bring into our reality, rather than um, at a full moon you want to try to like maybe release things that are no longer serving you. So by this point, when it goes through that 2 week cycle, then you can jump in and have new intentions for what's coming up. The sign the moon is in tonight is Aquarius, and that's, you know, Aquarius is an air sign, but the it's represented by the water. So I am looking at this as part of um, a kind of cleanse we're going to do. So that's the meditation is geared toward more of a cleanse. So using this water element, and you'll see why with the other two things. So um, yeah, so a rinsing off, a cleanse. The big thing is to a little bit of releasing of what is no longer aligned with you. We've been in a period of that over the last 6, 7 months. So hopefully you've been able to do as much work as possible, realigning relationships, yourself, the way you talk to yourself, all of these things. So hopefully we're in a little better alignment. But if you know there's something that's still like tripping you up, if it's really tripping you up, you might want to look at maybe it is time to release that. Um, Aquarius also invites us to connect with our community. So to envision the future, and it's also our connection to our higher awareness. So it's really important at this time, I think, that we've done most of our self work over the last few months, and we're getting to the point where we need to come back out into community, and I think higher awareness communities. So, people that are like minded to you and that are maybe working on trying to build um, a more sustainable, energetic community around you. And then the second thing going on today is Imbolc. So this is honoring the or it's represented by the Celtic goddess Brigid. Uh, it's the return of the light after the depths of winter. So it's always good to light a candle and just, yeah. Brigid she's represented by fire, but the interesting thing is she's also the goddess of wells and water. So again, that are getting into our for tonight. So um, it's also, it is that light coming out of the dark of winter into the light, and again the light slowly returning. So winter, as we start to come out of that, that's our time of renewal and rebirth. So again, that's what we're going to kind of focus on in the meditation tonight. We are going to do some cards before we get into the meditation. And it's kind of funny, actually, some of the cards that came up. And then the last thing happening tonight is that Lunar New Year. So we're heading into the water tiger. So tiger, of course, is brave, confidence, making bold choices. But I think with that water element in there, it's also bringing in that softer emotional side. And so that's really going to be associated with that divine feminine kind of feeling. So this year, I feel like we're gonna start heading into the softer side of things, and being able to just flow and have more empathy and sympathy, and feel those emotions and be part of who you are and not be ashamed of that. So that more feminine, mothering and nurturing side coming out. And that's for all people, not just women. So yeah, I really feel like this is like tonight is because it's that Chinese Lunar New Year. I've always celebrated. I don't like our Roman calendar first of the year. it's never really resonated. And New Year's Eve is kind of a, let's be honest, it's a bit of a mess most times. um, so I would like to use this day as my new year. So tonight for me is New Year's Eve. And again, like we usually set resolutions on New Year's Eve. I don't like to do resolutions. I love intentions. And so it's actually kind of funny because when I went to just draw some cards, just to see what this was going to be about. And the first thing that came up was so Saint Germain, which is karma releasing. Move beyond drama, create own your own path, and make room for good energy. Again, that's the new moon kind of thing too. We have to make room for that. And then Lady Venus came up, which was awesome because downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. And again, like I said, Venus has just done that like morning star, evening star, dipped into the underworld and is now back up as the morning star. So it's funny that we got that Venus energy too, talking about that 11:11. And then Bridget came up, which was so funny because I wasn't initially gonna put her in. I wasn't gonna cover in bulk. I was just gonna briefly mention it, but she wanted to be here. So inner strength, move back to wholeness, and recognize you have power. So I thought those were pretty good cards for today, like what we're going to be looking at. We are going to do a few other cards though before we get started. So yeah, I just encourage you, if you had a bit of a rough January, my understanding is a lot of us had a pretty rough January, just trying to get things moving and being a little thwarted and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set some intentions, but I would encourage you to look a little bit deeper at that even tomorrow, which comes up in the meditation. And yeah, so let's celebrate the lunar new year together. I was kind of hoping somebody would jump on here so we could have some comments. But if you are through this now, I am going to be doing lives moving forward. So I think they're probably easier for me to do than record something and then put it up or like upload it. So we'll see. I'm going to try a few different things. So yeah, the best way for you to like know when that's happening, I will be putting stuff on my Facebook page and things like that. But the best way for you to know, which is like sounds like a shameless plug, but make sure you subscribe to the channel or like the channel so that you can get notifications when that's going to happen. So okay, yeah, this is the other theme of tonight. So this card just leapt out at us. It is a new moon, but it's an eclipse, but we're not having an eclipse today. But the card is expect powerful change. And that's one of the themes. Like I said, change is coming, but it's positive and it's powerful. And with everything moving forward, this could happen really quickly within the next, few weeks here. All right, and then our other card, let's see here. Oops. We got decks everywhere here. And this one is the resting tree. Interesting. I feel like we've been doing a lot of resting already, but this is patience and stillness. Yeah. I think it's just it's sort of, we're in this time where, we want things, we're wanting that change. I know we are. And things are just going to be, we still need to like have our moments of quiet and solitude and allow these changes to come in, and be patient, because sometimes it's going to move incredibly fast and it'll be overwhelming. And sometimes it's going to move a little bit slow, or it's just not quite working out the way we want. But it's just going to require us to be even more patient, which I know nobody wants to hear that anymore. Okay, so I always do a meditation. Of course, I'm not going to close my eyes during this because I got to read. And but it is important if you want to do this meditation to center yourself, find a nice quiet spot if you can, close your eyes, and just continue to breathe at the regular, and then we'll add some breathing techniques here. Okay, so we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth 3 times. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do that. Envision yourself at the base of a massive waterfall. Take a seat upon a rock at the side of it. Let the sound of the water spilling down drown out any outside noise or chatter. Feel small drops land upon your face. Take a deep breath in. Allow the smell of the clean and pure spring water to wash over all your senses. You now find beside you a small chalkboard. It's filled with numbers and symbols, and it's crowded and messy. Take the slate and wipe it clean. Then reach beside you. There's a piece of chalk. For now, we just write one word, and the word is intention. Tomorrow, celebrate this clean slate that we've been given tonight. And just like you would on New Year's Eve, write your intentions tomorrow for the upcoming new year. This is a time to dream big. Have intentions. Manifest them. Create. Place the slate aside and walk forward, immersing yourself into the falls, letting them wash away all that no longer aligns or serves you. Breathing in, and allow this deep cleanse to be your renewal and your rebirth. This is a reinvention and a time to recreate the relationship between your heart and your mind. It's a time to explore to deeper connections and awareness, to create and envision the future, and to create from a place of joy. Is it a time for compassion? It is a time for healing and caring, and to build a community of higher consciousness and future vision. Breathe and then repeat this mantra. I am ready to embrace a positive new beginning. I am ready to embrace a positive new beginning. Breathe. Gather your intentions. Grab the slate and turn to walk now toward the bright sun of our fresh new day. Breathing in, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick test of the sound. I wanted to try to get the comments, but nobody's here, so that's okay. I will look at the comments later. Yeah, let me know. Let me know how the sound is. Let me know if the lighting's okay. And hopefully we can make this more of a regular thing. So some of the sort of things I'm looking at moving ahead is definitely on Sundays, we'll be doing what I'm going to call holding space Sundays. That's sort of just how we're going to sort of hold space for what's going on in our immediate world, what's happening out there, um, just to kind of, keep the peace and keep the unity, and moving towards that instead of away from it. And so there'll be different intentions, obviously, every week, but we'll again meditate and do cards and then hold some space for bringing in more light and more love to all of us and this planet. So far, those are the only ideas I have, but I'll just do regular lives on special dates. And that being said, I am going to go ahead and do one uh, tomorrow, which is like seems soon. But like I said, we've got that portal tomorrow, portal date, and we've got just, there's just a couple things happening around that date. So you might as well sit together and create together and bring some energy, positive energy into the flow so that so that we're working together. And I know a lot of people need just some connection right now and some support. It's kind of short sometimes out there. It's not available often. So anyway, that's where we're headed, and I hope you'll join me on this journey. And we will now wish you a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow if you would like to be on the live stream, and we'll maybe do some cards and connect that way, and we can do some individual cards for people and see what's coming up for us. All right. Have a good night. I love you all. Good night.